And hello, and welcome into another live stream here on my page here on YouTube, Sports Bonanza John. Also here on Twitch at Sport Guru John, getting set for Game 2 of the American League Division Series between the Yankees and the Blue Jays, which is coming up momentarily. First of all, let's pray, everyone. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for being there for us, Lord, and please look over everyone involved. Please keep everyone safe, Lord, players and fans alike, and look over us all, Lord, and please put your protection on all of us, Lord, as we ask this in your name. Amen. Game 2, Yankees and Blue Jays, American League Division Series. Blue Jays with a 10-1 thumping of the Yankees in Game 1 yesterday. Big offensive output for the Blue Jays after 5 days off, having the wild card series off, and they had the hitting shoes on yesterday. The Yankees are going to send Max Fried to the mound today, and the Blue Jays are going to send Trey Yesavage. I hope I got that pronunciation right. Again, Game 2 today. This is two teams that tied for the American League East title. Blue Jays with an 8-5 season series win over the Yankees is why they got the AL East title, and the Yankees had to go into the wild card round in which they disposed of their rival Red Sox in 3 games before falling 10-1 in yesterday's game. And they try to regroup here and want to avoid going back to the Bronx for Game 3, down 2-0. They want to get it back home tied and make it a best-of-3 series. We'll give you the numbers on Yesavage momentarily, but here's the lineup. The Yankees will send out for Game 2. Trent Grisham, center fielder, will lead off. Aaron Judge, right fielder, will bat second. Cody Bellinger in left field bats third. Ben Rice at first base as your cleanup hitter. Giancarlo Stanton DHing today. He'll bat fifth. Jazz Chisholm at second base will bat sixth. Ryan McMahon, the third baseman, bats seventh. Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, bats eighth. And Austin Wells, the Yankee catcher, will bat ninth. Trey Yesavage getting the start. Only pitched in 3 games this year for the Blue Jays. He was 1-0. ERA of 3.21. He walked 7, struck out 16. Only pitched 14 innings. Here, so Yesavage coming on to pitch game number 2 for the Blue Jays. The other American League Division Series, the Tigers and the Mariners, Game 2. That game will be later on tonight. I will be on a live stream for that one as well. Tigers leading that series 1-0 with an 11-inning extra inning win last night in Seattle. That's coming up here in about 4 hours. But right now we've got Game 2 of the Yankees and the Blue Jays in Toronto on a beautiful sun-drenched 78-degree afternoon in Toronto at the Rogers Center. The roof is open in Toronto today. And so we will see if the Yankees, how this series will go. Will the Yankees go back home tied? Or will the Blue Jays go to Game 3 in the Bronx needing just 1 win to advance to the American League Championship Series? 2 National League series resume tomorrow, Cubs and Brewers. Brewers winning the opener yesterday 9-3. Dodgers coming back from a 3-run deficit yesterday. They came back to beat the Phillies 5-3. Teoscar Hernandez with the game-winning homer in that one. Trey Yesavage making his postseason debut. We saw in Game 3 we saw in Game 3 of the Wild Card Series against the Red Sox, Yankees pitcher Cam Schlittler making his Major League debut, and all he did was shut out the Red Sox on 8 innings and throw 12 strikeouts. So we'll see what Yesavage can do for the Blue Jays in this game number 2. Excuse me.
So leading it off for the Yankees will be Trent Grisham here in Game 2. Grisham comes up in the regular season. He hit .235 with 34 home runs, 74 runs batted in. Grisham hasn't done too well in the postseason. He's just 2 for 15, and he has struck out 5 of those 15 times. First pitch, game number 2, right down the middle, strike 1. Oh, 1 to Grisham downstairs, ball 1. One swing and a miss by Grisham. It's quickly 0-1-2. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. Grisham strikes out to begin this game 2. That's the 6th time Grisham has struck out in the postseason. 1 away, and here's Aaron Judge. Judge hitting .331 in the regular season, 53 home runs, 114 runs batted in. Postseason, he's 6 for 15. And takes outside for ball 1. One 0 inside, 2-0. Two-0 pitch, that just missed the outside corner, 3-0. Three-0 pitch to Aaron Judge. That's a 4-pitch walk to Aaron Judge. And the batter will be Cody Bellinger. .272 hitter this year, 29 home runs, 98 runs batted in. Bellinger 3 for 15 in the postseason. Judge at first. The pitch to Bellinger's down low, ball 1. So not going to be a huge strike zone tonight by the home plate umpire, Adam Hamari. Jordan Baker over at first base, Tony Randazzo at second, Dan Bellino at third. Roberto Ortiz umpire down the left field line, and Chris Siegel down the right field line. 1-0 pitch, that's a ball, and that's 6 straight balls now pitched by Yusevaj. Judge at first, and the 2-0 pitch to Cody Bellinger. There's a strike. 2-1 now the count. Looking Judge back at first, and here's the 2-1 pitch. That's a strike. I think Bellinger thought it was a little high, but that evens the count 2-2. Judge short lead from first. The 2-2 pitch is foul. And that'll keep the count 2-2. Ben Rice on deck. Bellinger steps in and awaits the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Second strikeout for Yesavage. 2 outs here in the first. And here's Ben Rice. Rice hitting .255, 26 home runs, 65 runs batted in the regular season. 2 for 11 in the postseason with a home run, and that's on the inside corner. Strike one to Ben Rice. Judge another short lead at first, and the 0-1 pitch, a little low, 1-1. Judge at first, 2 outs here in the Yankee first, and the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2 on Ben Rice now. And the Rogers Center crowd will come to their feet. Looks in on Ben Rice, and the 1-2 pitch upcoming. And here it is. He got him! Yesavage strikes out the side in the first. Outside of the Aaron Judge walk, we go the bottom of the first. Yankees nothing. Blue Jays coming up. So quite the start to his postseason debut for Yesavage as he strikes out 3 in the inning, and now the Blue Jays coming up in the bottom of the inning. Here's the lineup they will send out there. Springer that is DHing. He'll lead off. Schneider in left field bats second. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base bats third. Alejandro Kirk, the catcher, is the cleanup hitter. Varsho in center field will bat fifth. Clement is playing third base. He'll bat sixth. Kiner Falefa, second baseman, will bat seventh. Jimenez at shortstop. He'll bat eighth. And Straw in right field will bat ninth to round out the Blue Jays batting order. And they will take on Max Fried of the Yankees, 32 starts this year, 19-5 record, 2.86 ERA, 51 walks, 189 strikeouts, and 195 in the third innings. I was looking at the wrong column there. 51 walks, 189 strikeouts, and 195 in the third innings. Fried started one game in the Red Sox series, got a no decision, went 6 1/3 innings, walked 3 and struck out 6, and gave up 4 hits. And it will be Springer leading it off here in the bottom of the first for the Blue Jays. Springer this year was a .309 hitter, 32 home runs, 84 runs batted in. He was the Blue Jays leader in home runs this year. Springer yesterday was hitless in 4 attempts. He did reach on a walk. And Max Fried to the mound. First pitch, bottom one to Springer's outside, ball one. One 0 pitch to Springer. His bounce foul, third base side. That'll leave him the count of ball and a strike. Fried looks in on Springer. Looks like Austin Wells, the Yankee catcher, might be having a contact lens issue on Austin Wells behind the plate, so a brief stoppage here. So as they get Austin Wells repaired behind the plate, we will get set to go here. It is a 1-1 count on Springer here at the bottom of the first inning. And looks like we've got the necessary repairs done. And here comes the 1-1 pitch to George Springer from Max Fried. That's bounced to third on one hop, throw over to first base in plenty of time, and Springer retired for the first out here in the bottom of the first. One down, and it brings up Davis Schneider. This year was a .234 hitter, 11 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Did not play in game one yesterday. This is his first career postseason at bat, and he takes low, ball one. One 1-0 pitch from Fried to Schneider. That is ripped into left field for a base hit, and in Schneider's first career postseason at bat, it's a single to left field, and the Blue Jays have their first base runner on here in the bottom of the first for Vladimir Guerrero. This season, Guerrero was a .292 hitter, 23 home runs, 84 runs batted in. Game one yesterday, Guerrero was 3 for 4 with a home run. And ball one. Fried's 1-0 pitch to Guerrero. That's right down the middle for strike one. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. Schneider, the lead at first. And Guerrero, that's a high chopper. That's going to be a tough play. Fielded and no play. Chisholm couldn't quite get his hand on it, trying to field it barehanded, but even if he fields that, I don't think there's any way he throws out Guerrero at first base. And the Blue Jays have 2 on with 1 out for Kirk, the Blue Jay catcher. Kirk this season was a .282 hitter with 15 home runs, 76 runs batted in. Kirk yesterday was 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. Blue Jays have runners at first and second with 1 out, trying to dent the scoreboard early once again here in game 2. The pitch upstairs, ball one. Kirk awaits Max Fried's 1-0 pitch. Kirk sends it. That's a double play ball to Chisholm. Taps second for one, on to first for a 4-3 double play to end the bottom of the first inning. And Max Fried gets out of the first and second one-out jam with the double play. One inning in the books in Toronto in Game 2. Yankees, Blue Jays, no score. So the Blue Jays put up a threat there, but the double play ends the inning. And we stay scoreless through one. Giancarlo Stanton will be the leadoff hitter for the Yankees in the top of the second. And again, I will be on with you tonight as well for Game 2 of the division series between the Tigers and the Mariners. That game gets underway just after 8 o'clock Eastern time. So I'll be on with you about 5 minutes prior to the first pitch of that game. And then the two American League Division Series take the day off tomorrow for the travel day and will resume on Tuesday in Detroit and in New York. Two Game 2s in the National League Division Series will be tomorrow. Phillies and Cubs both trying to avoid going down 2-0. I, on the live stream, will have tomorrow night's Game 2 between the Cubs and the Brewers on my channel. Usually I do Sunday night football and Monday night football on my streams, but being baseball playoffs, going to get away from those, I think, for a couple weeks and focus on MLB playoffs. So Giancarlo Stanton will be the leadoff hitter for the Yankees here in the second inning. Stanton this year was a .273 hitter, 24 home runs on the season. He drove in 66. He is just 1 for 15 in the postseason. As he will lead it off here in the second inning. Other sports news going on. Of course, got NFL Sunday going on. I'll update you on a couple of those scores before we start the bottom of the second. International game earlier today in London was won by the Vikings over the Browns, 21-17. Vikings move to 3-2. Browns fall to 1-4. We'll update the rest of the NFL scoreboard for you coming up here in just a little bit. But here we go at the top of the second. Stanton leading it off. And the first pitch right down the middle for strike one. Strike one pitch to Stanton. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Pitch downstairs, 1-2. One-two pitch upstairs, 2-2. Two downstairs, and that will fill the count. Three-two bounced foul, and okay, I wanted to make sure I got this right, and I should have double checked this before I went on. I've been mispronouncing his name. The pitcher it's Yasavage. I've been pronouncing it incorrectly. Yasavage, so I'll get that right from now on. 3-2 payoff, swing and a miss. Stanton strikes out. That is the fourth strikeout for Savage. One out in the inning, and it brings up Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm this year was a .242 hitter, 31 home runs, 80 runs batted in. Hitting 3 for 12 in the postseason for a .250 average. Chisholm check swing, popped up. Shallow left center field, and calling off is Schneider for the catch for out number 2. And it'll bring up Ryan McMahon with 2 out, nobody on in the Yankees second. McMahon 2 for 7 in the postseason. Steps up with 2 out, nobody on in the Yankees second, and high, ball 1. McMahon this year, a .214 hitter with 20 home runs, 53 runs batted in his time between the Rockies and the Yankees, and takes a strike here to even the count 1-1. 1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2. Here comes the crowd again at the Rogers Center. Savage looks in, and the 1-2 pitch downstairs, 2-2. Two in the air, right field, but barely having to move out there in right field is Straw for the third out. 3 up, 3 down go the Yankees in the second. Bottom of the second, we go in Toronto. Yankees, Blue Jays, no score. It'll be Varsho leading it off in the bottom of the second for the Blue Jays. Something I failed to point out that I want to point out, that I try to point out on every live stream, and I failed to mention this. If any regular viewers on my live stream know this, if you are not a regular viewer on my live stream, I do always like to point out the TV provider I have has a delay built in. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay between the actual action on TV and the action I give here. I always like to point that out for any new viewers. So if anybody's, I don't even know what exactly the time is in between, but I know there is that delay. So I am going to be a little bit behind what the actual action is, and I apologize for that. But I always do like to point that out for any new viewers that tune in on my live stream. So far, so good for Savage in his postseason debut. As we go to the bottom of the second, it's going to be Varsho leading it off for the Blue Jays. Dalton Varsho on the season hit .238 with 20 home runs, 55 runs batted in. 2 for 3 yesterday with a double and a single. Of course, Major League, more action from Major League news. Of course, Clayton Kershaw will be retiring at the end of the season. Dodgers pitcher, and I would think a sure Hall of Famer coming up. And, you know, the Dodgers would love to send him out with back-to-back championships. Send him out into retirement with that. Oh, we have a minute. Let's backtrack more sports action. Let's run down some more of the NFL scores. The shocker of the day, I think, in Baltimore, the Ravens dropped to 1-4. They get absolutely trounced at home by the Houston Texans, 44-10 today. Saints win their first. They beat the Giants 26-14. Broncos come back in Philly and beat the Eagles 21-17. Eagles with their first loss. So the Buffalo Bills, the only remaining undefeated team. Cowboys win over the Jets 37-22. The Colts shellacked the Raiders today 40-6. Panthers beat the Dolphins 27-24. 4 games currently ongoing. But back to baseball here, bottom of the second inning. Varsho will lead it off and takes a strike at the knees. Oh, 1 to Varsho. That is ripped into right field for a base hit. Varsho rounding first on his horse. That gets by Aaron Judge in right field. Varsho's rounding second, and Varsho's going to be in at third base standing up. That ball got away from Aaron Judge in right field, and Varsho did not stop and ended up all the way at third base. See how they score that. That was an absolute whiff by Aaron Judge going to field that ball. Clement the batter, and Clement sends it into left field. Definitely going to be deep enough to score a run, and that's going to get out of here. Clement sends a 2-run home run to left, and it's 2-0 Toronto. I wasn't sure that had enough to get out, but that ball kept going and going, and Clement sends it out for a 2-0 Blue Jay lead in the second. .354 feet to left field. Kiner Falefa will be the batter. And ball 1. .10 pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike 1. Kiner Falefa grounds this one to first. Ben Rice will play it himself for the first out in the bottom of the second. Bringing up Jimenez, the shortstop. Jimenez will be the go-to shortstop in this series with Bo Bichette left off the ALDS roster. Pitch to him, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Jimenez this year a .210 hitter, 7 home runs, 35 runs driven in. Yesterday went 2 for 4. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. Pitch. Strike 3, a swing and a miss. Jimenez strikes out for out number 2. And that will bring up the number 9 hitter for the Blue Jays, Miles Straw. Straw, .262 hitter this year, 4 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Went 1 for 1 yesterday. That's popped up. Left center field, and Bellinger there for the catch to end the inning. But the 2-run home run to left field by Clement gets the Jays on the board first. And at the end of 2 in Toronto, Blue Jays lead the Yankees 2-0. Anthony Volpe will be the leadoff hitter here in the third. for the Yankees. Volpe this year was a .212 hitter, 19 home runs, 72 runs batted in. Volpe in the postseason is 5 for 15, hitting .333, has a home run. Came in the Red Sox wild card series. As the Yankees looking to find some offense somewhere as they trail early again, 2-0. Blue Jays winning game 1 yesterday, 10-1. And we will see Savage back out there, now with the lead to work with on the mound. On a sun-drenched Rogers Center in Toronto on a late Sunday afternoon. .78 degrees. First pitch, top 3, upstairs, ball 1. Volpe awaits the 1-0 pitch from Savage. Inside, 2-0 now the count on Anthony Volpe, leading off the Yankees' third. There's a strike on the inside corner. 2-1. Two-one pitch is hit foul. Counts even 2-2. Two. Got him. Volpe strikes out. That is strikeout number 5 for Savage, and it brings up Austin Wells. Regular season hit .219, 21 home runs, 71 runs batted in. Hitting .250 in the postseason, 3 for 12. Wells takes strike 1. Wells steps in and takes the 0-1 pitch. That's a strike. 0-2 now on Austin Wells. .02 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Savage with strikeout number 6. And we're back to the top of the order in Trent Grisham, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. Bases empty, 2 outs. Grisham takes high, ball 1. One 0 pitch to Trent Grisham. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One is foul. That'll make the count 1-2 on Grisham. Savage gets set for a 1-2 pitch to Grisham. And here's the pitch. Just missed. Inside, 2-2. Two pitch downstairs in the dirt. That'll fill the count 3-2. Payoff pitch to Grisham. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. 7 strikeouts for Savage through 3 innings. And we head to the bottom of the third. It's the Blue Jays 2 and the Yankees nothing. Be the top of the order for the Blue Jays. Springer, Schneider, and Guerrero in the bottom of the third. A 2-0 Blue Jay lead. So what a start for Savage in this game. 7 strikeouts through 3 innings. Has only allowed 1 base runner, and that was a walk to Aaron Judge. And there looks like there's a scoring correction. That hit by Varsho in right field that Aaron Judge kind of bobbled and messed. I think they originally ruled it a triple. Now it looks like it's ruled a double and an error. It looks like they gave Aaron Judge an error on that. He scored anyway on the 2-run home run by Clement. And it was a double and they gave Aaron Judge a fielding error on that. So nonetheless, it's 2-0 Blue Jays as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Springer will lead it off. It's 0 for 1. Now 0 for 5 in the series. Scene shifts to Yankee Stadium for Game 3 on Tuesday night. Yankees hope to not be going home down 0-2 and facing elimination in Game 3. But they are already trailing this one 2-0. Still early. We're only in the bottom of the third, and we know how dangerous this Yankees offense can be. So it'll be Springer leading it off here in the bottom of the third for the Blue Jays against Max Fried. And the first pitch, bottom of the third, is lined right to Chisholm at second base. 1 pitch, 1 out. here in the bottom of the third, and it will bring up Schneider. Davis Schneider, 1 for 1. He singled to left his first time. Pitch to him. Downstairs, ball 1. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Schneider counts even 1-1. Schneider steps out momentarily. Resets himself in the batter's box and awaits Fried's 1-1 pitch. And here it is. That's right down the middle for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes now the count on Davis Schneider. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Outside, and that'll fill the count 3-2. Guerrero on deck. And the payoff pitch from Fried. Outside, ball 4, and Schneider has reached base both times in this game. 1 out walk, and it will bring up Vladimir Guerrero. Guerrero singled back in the first inning. Schneider leads from first. And Fried's pitch lined into right center for a base hit for Guerrero. Schneider rounding second, heading to third. Blue Jays have runners at the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. For the batter, Alejandro Kirk. Grounded into a double play his first time up. That ended the bottom of the first. A dangerous hitter here, Kirk. He hit 2 home runs in the Blue Jays' Game 1 win yesterday. Fried's pitch is a strike to Kirk. Oh, 1 pitch. A little low. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch from Fried to Kirk. Outside, 2-1. Kirk steps back in. Awaits the 2-1 pitch from Max Fried. Swing and a miss. 2-2. I think he went after ball 3 downstairs, but instead it's 2-2. Varsho is on deck. Kirk steps in, and Fried gets set to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Bouncer to first. That's going to get a run home for sure. Underhand throw to Fried. Gets Kirk, but an RBI ground out scores Schneider. And the Blue Jays lead 3-0. It was a short little dribbler to the first base side, and Schneider was running on contact. They had no chance to get him at home and just took the sure out at first base. It's 3-0 here in the third. That also advanced Guerrero to second, and the batter will be Varsho. Varsho doubled to right last inning and scored on the Clement 2-run homer. Pitch to Varsho. On the ground and fair down the first base line. Guerrero will score. Varsho has his second double. 4-0 Toronto in the third. Two in the second and now two here in the third so far for the Blue Jays. And it will bring up Clement. And now a meeting on the mound. Already down 4-0. How long of a leash does Max Fried have? Pitch to Clement is hit foul out of play for strike one. The problem for the Yankees is they used 6 pitchers yesterday. So how early do you want to go into the bullpen again today? Fried's 0-1. That's way high. A ball and a strike. The count on Clement. Fried looks in and delivers the 1-1 pitch to Clement. Foul back. Counts now a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Line to left. That's going to be a base hit. Varsho rounding third. Throw from left field is up the line. RBI for Clement makes it 5-0. On the throw home, Clement takes second base. And the Blue Jays with hit number 7 already in the game here in the third inning. 3 RBIs for Clement. And the batter will be Isaiah Connor Falifa. Connor Falifa's 0 for 1. Takes inside, ball 1. Yankees bullpen is loosening. So they may have to go to the bullpen early again. Fernando Cruz warming up. Here's the 1-0. That's in the air to center. Playable for Grisham, and that will be out number 3. But the Blue Jays add 3 in the third. We head to the fourth in game 2. Blue Jays lead at 5-0. For the Yankees in the fourth, it's going to be Judge, Bellinger, and Rice. against Savage, who has struck out 7 through 3 innings and only allowed 1 base runner. That was an Aaron Judge walk in the top of the first. Again, coming up here in about a little over 3 hours, it'll be game 2 of the Tigers-Mariners series. I will have the live stream of that on my YouTube and Twitch pages tonight. Tigers winning game 1 in extra innings last night. As they try to go up 2-0 with the series shifting to Detroit on Tuesday. And the 2 National League Division series resume tomorrow with game 2s of those series. Phillies and Cubs trying to both avoid going down 0-2. I will have the live stream of game 2 of the Cubs-Brewers tomorrow night. Will not be able to live stream the Dodgers-Phillies game tomorrow, a full-time job, and that's the schedule is not going to work out for me to live stream that one, but I will be on for the Cubs-Brewers game tomorrow night, game 2 of that series. But in the 4th inning, we go. Yankees trailing 5-0. Aaron Judge will be the leadoff batter here for the Yankees. Judge walked his first time up. He's been the only Yankee base runner so far. It's Trey Savage making his postseason debut in this one for the Blue Jays. As Aaron Judge steps in here to lead off the Yankee 4th. Needing a rally. We're still only in the 4th inning. First pitch to Judge right down the middle, strike 1. Oh, 1 to Judge. That's downstairs. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One one. That just missed outside. That will move the count to 2-1. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Only down note for you, Savage, in this game. We're only in the 4th inning, and he's about to throw his 50th pitch. Savage looks in on Judge, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Downstairs, that'll fill the count, 3-2. Judge will be followed by Bellinger and Rice here in the Yankees' 4th inning. The payoff pitch to Aaron Judge. Got him. Chase a high one. That's strikeout number 8 for Savage. 1 out in the 4th. And here's Cody Bellinger. First pitch to Bellinger misses, ball 1. So Savage, in his postseason debut, is having the same kind of start that Schlittler did in Game 3 for the Yankees in the Red Sox series in his postseason debut. Schlittler struck out 12 in that game. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. 2-1. Bellinger looking in on you, Savage, and the 2-1 pitch about to be delivered. Inside, that'll move the count to 3-1. Three one popped up. Foul territory that will reach the seats and fill the count 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch to Bellinger. Got him! Bellinger strikes out for the second time. That's 9 in the game for you, Savage. And here's Ben Rice. The 9 strikeouts for you, Savage, is a single game record for a Blue Jays pitcher in a postseason game. And we're only in the 4th. One 0 pitch. There's a strike. One one at the knee. Strike 2. And here comes the crowd. Everybody rises at Rogers Center. One-two pitch inside, 2-2. Two-two. Swing and a miss. He got him. You Savage strikeout number 10 through 4 innings. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still 5-0 Toronto. Wow. Blue Jays in the bottom of the 4th are going to have Jimenez, Straw, and the top of the order Springer. Will it be against Max Fried, who has gone 3 innings, given up 7 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He's only thrown 40 pitches. And like I said earlier in the top of the 4th, that's the only question mark on you, Savage, as how long he can go in this game, because he has thrown 62 pitches now through 4 innings. But wow, what a postseason debut, at least through 4 innings for Trey Savage. So Jimenez will be the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 4th. Let's run down other news here. Let's run down some of the late NFL scores for you. Cardinals in the second quarter lead the Titans 21-6. Buccaneers shutting out the Seahawks in Seattle 13-0. Chargers lead Washington 10-0 second quarter. Lions have a 7-0 lead on the Bengals. That game after 1. Again, normally on my live streams, Sunday is a day I devote to NFL live streams. However, being postseason play in Major League Baseball, I will be streaming those tonight. And plus, the Sunday night football game tonight was the Patriots and Bills, and that game kind of Although the Bills are now the only remaining undefeated team left in the NFL, with the Eagles going down today at home to the Broncos. So here we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Blue Jays leading 5-0. And Fried will be back out there, at least to start the bottom of the 4th, and a strike to Jimenez. Jimenez struck out against Fried his first time up. And Fried delivers the 0-1 pitch. Daps downstairs. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. Miles Straw on deck for the Blue Jays. And the 1-1 pitch, a little outside. 2-1 now the count on Jimenez. Fried looks in and delivers the 2-1 pitch. Jimenez fouls it off. And that'll even the count 2-2. Yankees bullpen still a little busy down there. 2-2 to Jimenez. Bounce to third. That's going to be a tough play. Off balance throw is late to first base. And Jimenez beats it out. It was hit to McMahon. He had to backhand it. And Jimenez has pretty good speed. It was a good throw by McMahon. But Jimenez's speed won out there. And it's an infield single. And it will bring up Miles Straw. That's the 8th hit for the Blue Jays now against Fried. That was a great play there by McMahon. He did everything he could to throw out Jimenez, but the throw was just a tad late as Jimenez beat it by a step. Straw steps in, and the pitch from Fried. Straw shows bunt and pulls back and takes ball 1. Straw flew out back in the 2nd. One 0 pitch from Fried to Straw, showing bunt again, taking outside 2-0. We go back to the top of the order. George Springer on deck. Fried's 2-0 to Straw. Straw bunts and bunts foul. 2-1 now. Straw steps back in and awaits the 2-1 pitch from Max Fried. Jimenez, the runner at first base. And the 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Ball 3 low. 3-1 on Miles Straw. See if Jimenez tries to get an early jump on 3-1. Hits the outside corner 3-2. He did not go. This is not a Blue Jays team that steals a lot of bases. They only stole 77 all season. So it's not a team that's going to be real aggressive on the base paths. Here's the payoff pitch to Straw. Outside, ball 4, and the Blue Jays have the first 2 on here in the bottom of the 4th for George Springer. Springer 0 for 2 today. He's now 0 for 6 in the series. And it looks like that's going to be it for Fried as Aaron Boone makes his way out to the mound, and he's just made the call to the bullpen. So Fried will only make it 3+ in this game. And the Yankees, who used 6 pitchers yesterday, look like it's going to be a heavy bullpen game once again today. So it's going to be Will Warren, who was a starter all season long, coming in out of the bullpen for the Yankees. The numbers on Fried, he only goes 3+. Gives up 8 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. Walked 2, struck out 1 through 51 pitches. And he is responsible for the 2 runners on base. Will Warren comes in 33 games this year. They were all starts. 9-8 record, 4.44 ERA, walked 65, struck out 171 in 162 1/3 innings. As he will come on, inheriting runners at first and second with no one out. And facing the top of the Blue Jays lineup. Jimenez an infield single, Straw a walk here in the 4th inning. Blue Jays already leading 5-0 and looking for more here in the 4th. So here we go. Springer steps up. And the pitch is right there for strike 1 on the first pitch from Will Warren. Oh, 1 pitch. Pitch just off the inside corner for ball 1. One pitch. Springer takes outside, 2-1. Schneider on deck. Warren's pitch to Springer. Outside, 3-1. Three-one pitch. That's outside, and they're loaded with nobody out. Bases loaded for Davis Schneider. Schneider 1 for 1, a single, and he's also reached on a walk and scored a run. Bases loaded, nobody out. That's down low, ball 1. One-0 pitch from Warren to Schneider. There's a strike down the middle. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. Schneider steps in and awaits the 1-1 pitch from Max Fried. That did not hit the inside corner. Yes, it did hit the inside corner. Okay, I didn't see a strike call from the home plate umpire. But it is 1-2. Warren could definitely use a strikeout right here. The 1-2 pitch. Got him right down the middle. Schneider looks at that one and is called out on strikes for a huge first out for the Yankees here in the 4th. It'll bring up Guerrero. That was obviously not the pitch Schneider was looking for because that was right there. So here's Guerrero. 2 for 2 today. Ball 1. Couple singles for Guerrero in the game. One-0 pitch downstairs, 2-0. If Warren can get Guerrero to hit into a double play, the Yankees can get out of this with no damage. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Guerrero. There's a strike. That'll make the count 2-1. Guerrero steps in, and the 2-1 pitch on the way from Warren. Guerrero hammers it! Deep left field, grand slam home run! Vladimir Guerrero! And it is 9-0 Blue Jays. Two of those runs charged to Fried. And Guerrero's grand slam has busted this thing open. A 415-foot no-doubter to left. My goodness gracious. That is now 19 runs in the series for the Blue Jays. Alejandro Kirk takes ball 1. Warren's pitch to Kirk is outside, 2-0. So the line on Fried is now complete. That 2-0 was fouled back. 3+ innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. 2 walks and 1 strikeout. 2-1 pitch. That misses inside. 3-1. The Yankees players and the Yankees fans just look shell-shocked. 3-1 is a strike. Kirk was about to walk to first base, thinking it was ball 4. Three-two payoff pitch. Kirk grounds it through into right field for a base hit. And Alejandro Kirk is on with a 1-out single. And it will bring up Varsho. Varsho 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Inside, ball 1. "1-0, that's fouled." I think that got the mask of the home plate umpire, Adam Hamari. One pitch, that's on the ground, foul, and the count's now 1-2 on Varsho. Savage has had a little bit of a long rest here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-2 pitch misses outside, 2-2. Two. That's drilled. That's deep to right. And Varsho's going to send it out. 2-run home run for Varsho, and the offense keeps coming for the Blue Jays. 11-0 Toronto. That one goes 407 to right center field. And here's Clement, who hit the 2-run homer back in the 2nd and sends this one into left field. Routine fly ball for Bellinger, and that's out number 2. And it will bring up Isaiah Connor-Falefa. 9th batter of the inning. Blue Jays have batted around here in the 4th. Connor-Falefa takes ball 1. Connor-Falefa's 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out. And takes this one on the outside corner for strike 1. One is hit to second. Chisholm with the play over to Rice to end the bottom of the 4th. But a Guerrero grand slam and a Varsho 2-run home run have busted this thing open. We head to the 5th in game 2. Blue Jays up 11-0. And for the Yankees in the 5th, it's going to be Stanton, Chisholm, and McMahon, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. In an 11-0 deficit. So Savage, who had a long rest in the bottom of the 4th inning, coming back out for the 5th. Will that help him, or will the Yankees finally be able to figure him out? So Stanton will lead it off. He is one of the 10 strikeout victims of Savage in this game. So top of the 5th getting underway here. Savage with 62 pitches through 4 innings, so pitch count's a little high. The Rogers Center rocking on a late Sunday afternoon. Savage back to work. First pitch, top 5, outside, ball 1. I was getting ready to say in Toronto, in the capital of Ontario, Toronto, but I don't think that's correct. I believe Ottawa is the capital of Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Stanton 0 for 1 at the plate. He's ahead 2-0. And that's hit. Nice play at third. And the throw pulls Guerrero off the bag, but he tags Stanton for the first out. That was a shot and a great play by Clement at third base. 1 down here in the Yankee 5th, and it'll bring up Jazz Chisholm. 0 for 1. He actually did not strike out the first time up against Savage. Takes a strike here. Chisholm actually flew out back in the 2nd inning. 0-1 pitch to him here. That's hit off the glove of Guerrero into right field, and that's going to be the Yankees' first hit. As Chisholm with a 1-out single here in the 5th. Guerrero made an effort, but it caromed off his glove and went out into right field. Tried to backhand that one. Was unable to come up with it, was Guerrero. So that'll bring up Ryan McMahon. And I stand corrected. They gave Guerrero an error on that. That's a tough error. I mean, I know a pitcher making his postseason debut has a no-hitter going in an 11-0 game, but that's a tough error. That was a pretty good rocket off the bat of Chisholm. 0-1 pitch. That's at the knees for strike two. Savage looks in. 0-2 pitch. Little low. Ball and 2 strikes. One, two, fouled away. McMahon steps back in. And the 1-2 pitch from Savage. Popped up. Foul territory. Will it stay in play? It will for the third baseman, Clement. And that's out number 2. And here's Anthony Volpe. Also a strikeout victim his first time up. Runner at first, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. 0-1, the count on Volpe. The pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. And the crowd will rise once again. Oh, 2 inside 1 and 2. Savage's 1-2 pitch to Volpe. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 11. Yankees strand Chisholm at first. We're halfway through it. Blue Jays up big. It's going to be Jimenez, Straw, and Springer in the bottom of the 5th for the Blue Jays. Savage, 5 innings pitched, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. And has not allowed a hit, although I still say this one here in the 5th, I still think should have been, but nonetheless, an absolute gem being pitched by Trey Savage through 5 innings. What is even more, I guess you could use miraculous about Savage, is this is his postseason debut. He started this season in single A ball. And now he's making his major league debut and has no-hit the Yankees through 5 in his postseason debut. So it's going to be Jimenez leading it off here in the bottom of the 5th. So on we go to the bottom of the fifth. Warren back out to pitch. So Warren to Jimenez, first pitch, bottom 5, is hit to second. Chisholm backhands, off balance throw to first in time to retire Jimenez. One pitch, one out in the bottom of the fifth. And the batter will be Miles Straw. So 0 for 1, he reached on a walk and scored on the Guerrero grand slam last inning. Warren's pitch to Miles Straw is high, ball 1. One 0 pitch. Bounced foul. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One one is inside. That'll move the count to 2-1. Two and one the count on Miles Straw, and here's the pitch from Warren. Swing and a miss. That'll even the count 2-2. Two pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Straw strikes out for the second out of the fifth. And back to the top of the order, George Springer. Springer's 0 for 2. He reached on a walk. Springer sends this one in the air to left center. Back it goes, and that's going to leave the yard. Third home run of the game for Toronto. George Springer sends this one out to left center. And the Blue Jays have a 12th run on the board. First hit of the series for Springer is a home run. .403 feet to left center field. Schneider swings and misses for strike 1. Two in the second, 3 in the third, 6 in the fourth, and a run here in the fifth for the Blue Jays. One is bounced foul. Ball and 2 strikes now the count on Schneider. One-two pitch. Schneider pops it up, foul territory. And no play as it hits the top of the dugout. 1-2 pitch misses outside. That'll even the count 2-2. Guerrero, who hit the grand slam last inning, is on deck. 2-2 misses, and that'll fill the count 3-2. Full count payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Schneider goes down, and that'll do it for the Blue Jays, but they add another one on the Springer home run. We head to the 6th in Toronto. Blue Jays up a dozen. It'll be Wells and then the top of the order, Grisham and Judge here in the 6th for the Yankees as they have 12 outs left in Game 2. An absolutely incredible stat right now. Guerrero is 6 for 7 in this series so far. Guerrero has as many hits this series as the Yankees team. Guerrero is 6 for 7 in the series. The Yankees as a team in the series right now, 6 for 44. Is my math right here? Six for 44 in the series. Or is it 47? Nonetheless, Vladimir Guerrero has as many hits in the series as the Yankees do right now. I mean, that is just an absolutely incredible stat. So let's see if the Yankees can finally get some offense going here, as Wells will lead it off here in the 6th. First pitch, top of the 6th, swing and a miss, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch in the air, popped up just off the infield. Shortstop Jimenez makes the catch for the first out. And we're back to the top of the order in Grisham. Struck out twice on his 2 at-bats. That's going to do it, I think, for you, Savage on the mound. Or is it? Yes, it is. Yes, Savage is coming out after 5 1/3 no-hit innings in his postseason debut to a well-deserved standing ovation. Five and a third innings for you, Savage. No hits. One walk, 11 strikeouts in 78, and he threw 78 pitches. What a postseason debut for Trey Savage. But he will give way to the bullpen. Seeing who this new pitcher is for the Blue Jays. It's going to be Justin, I hope I get this pronunciation right, Justin Bruill. 15 starts on the year, 5.27 ERA, 7 walks, 18 strikeouts, 13 and 2/3 innings. And yes, I know what a lot of people are thinking. This guy's pitching a no-hitter. It's in the 6th inning. Why do you pull him with a 12-run lead? Well, you might need him again down the road if this series goes possibly the distance. I get what I maybe would have let him try to go through the 6th, but it's one of those. I understand what John Schneider was thinking, pulling him. I get his reasoning. So Bruill comes in and will face the top of the order, Trent Grisham. Strike one. Grisham has struck out twice tonight. He struck out 7 times in the postseason, and now he's down 0-2. Oh-2 pitch to Grisham. On the ground to first. Guerrero, backhanded play. Toss to Bruill. 2 outs. And here's Aaron Judge. 0 for 1. He's reached on a walk and struck out. Judge takes low, ball 1. One-zero pitch. Judge hits it foul. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch. Was down low, 2-1 to Judge. Comes the 2-1. Oh, a high strike. 2-2. Crowd trying to urge and get this final out. Judge grounds it to short. Backhanded throw over to first is late, and Judge will beat it out, and that will for sure be the Yankees' first hit. Backhanded play by Jimenez could not throw out Judge, and he's aboard with 2 outs, and it'll bring up Cody Bellinger. Bellinger 0 for 2, struck out both times against Yasavage. Strike 1. Judge took second base. Strike 0-2 on Bellinger. Oh, 2 pitch. Bellinger rips this one to right field, and that ball's going to be out of here. Cody Bellinger with a home run to right field, and the Yankees are on the board. It's 12-2 as Bellinger sends it out to right field. So Cody Bellinger gets the Yankees on the board in game 2. And here's Ben Rice. That's a little nubber into left. That's going to drop for a base hit. So 3 consecutive hits for the Yankees with 2 outs here in the 6th. We'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton. And John Schneider coming back out. I think might be, I don't know if this is just going to be a talk or if he's going to go to the bullpen again. Yep, he's going. Second pitching change of the inning for the Blue Jays. And Braden Fisher's coming in. Fisher, 52 appearances this year. He was 7-0, actually. 2.7 ERA, walked 19, struck out 62 in 50 innings. He's coming on to try to get the 3rd out here in the top of the 6th inning. So Bruihl just goes a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, and he is responsible for Rice at first base. Fisher coming on to try to get the Blue Jays out of the 6th inning. So here we go. Fisher coming on. 3rd pitcher of the inning for the Blue Jays. And the pitch to Stanton is off the plate. Check swing over to first, but no swing. Ball one. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Yankees finally able to find some offense here in the 6th inning. One misses high, 2-1. Fisher looks in and the 2-1 pitch to Stanton. That's upstairs. It's 3-1 now. Chisholm is on deck. 3-1 pitch. That is ripped to left. That's a fair ball. Rise to third will hold there. Stanton with a double with just his second hit of the postseason. And the Yankees have 2 on. 4 consecutive hits with 2 outs for the Yankees here in the 6th. And the batter's Jazz Chisholm. 0 for 2. He did reach on Guerrero's fielding error last inning. Pitch to Jazz Chisholm. Upstairs, ball one. One 0 pitch is at the knees for strike one. Bellinger 2-run home run has got the Yankees on the board here in the 6th inning. The 1-1 pitch. Chisholm fouls it off. He's now down a ball and 2 strikes. Fisher's 1-2 pitch to Chisholm. Bounce foul. Rice at third, Stanton at second, the 2 Yankees on base, and time called before the 1-2 pitch. One-two to Chisholm. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that'll do it in the 6th. Yankees do get 2 on the Bellinger home run. 4 hits. And they strand 2. On we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still the Blue Jays in command, leading this game 12-2. Guerrero, Kirk, and Varsho, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, due up for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Brewell's line is complete. He went a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned on that Cody Bellinger home run. And on we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees have 9 outs before they fall into an 0-2 deficit going to the Bronx. Again, a reminder, I will be on my live stream once again tonight for Game 2 of the Tigers-Mariners American League Division Series. Tigers winning game 1 in 11 innings last night, 3-2, to take a 1-0 lead in that series. McKinstry RBI single in the 11th inning won that game last night for the Tigers. And the two National League Game 2s will be tomorrow, as the two American League Series have the day off tomorrow for the travel day. So here's Guerrero to lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Blue Jays. He is 3 for 3 with that grand slam in the 4th inning, and he's also singled twice. He is 6 for 7 in the series. As Warren will be back to work on the hill here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Guerrero is a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Pitch misses down. Ball and a strike. One is outside. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Bounced foul. That'll even the count 2-2. Guerrero steps back in. And Warren will deliver the 2-2 pitch to Vladimir Guerrero. Popped up in the air right center. Grisham calls and makes the catch for the first out. Guerrero retired for just the 2nd time in this series. And it will bring up Alejandro Kirk. 1 for 3. Kirk today. An RBI and a run scored. Warren's pitch to him is fouled away. Strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. That's hit into center field. Grisham has a play on it. He's got it for the 2nd out. And here's Varsho, who is a perfect 3 for 3 today. 2 doubles and a single. Or I'm sorry, 2 doubles and a home run, excuse me. Oh, 1 pitch outside. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch from Warren to Varsho. Popped up, foul, and out of play. 1-2 now on Dalton Varsho. Varsho steps in. And the 1-2 pitch. Varsho hits it into right field. That's hit pretty well, and that's gone. Varsho's second home run of the game, RBI number 4. He is 4 for 4 today, and the Blue Jays have a baker's dozen on the board. What a game Dalton Varsho's having. Strike one to Clement. 4th home run today for Toronto. And Clement, the batter, 2 for 3, has also homered. He's behind in the count here, 0-2. Clement lines it past Rice at first base and into right field for a base hit. That's hit number 3 for Clement. And it will bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who is one of only 2 Blue Jays hitters that does not have a hit today. Miles Straw, the other one. Pitch to Kiner-Falefa is a strike. Kiner-Falefa has grounded out twice and flown out. Here's the 0-1. Foul back, and Kiner-Falefa's in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch. Downstairs, a ball on 2 strikes. '60th pitch from Warren, and Kiner-Falefa fouls it off. One-two pitch. Foul back. One-two pitch. Downstairs, 2-2. Two-two pitch to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Right there, strike 3 on the outside corner. And that will end the bottom of the 6th. Another home run for the Blue Jays. This one, the second of the game by Varsho. We head to the 7th in Toronto. Game 2, all Blue Jays, 13-2. Yankees will have the bottom third of the order. McMahon, Volpe, and Wells due up in the 7th inning. Blue Jays have scored in every inning except the first. We were scoreless after an inning and a half, and that's where the offense started in for the Blue Jays. To the tune of 13 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. Yankees 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Not a whole lot of base runners left on base. Yankees have left 4 on. Blue Jays have left 3 on. And the Yankees have 9 outs left to try and salvage what would be a monumental comeback here, down 11. They are going back home for games 3 and, if necessary, game 4. And we will see the 4th Blue Jays pitcher of the game here in the 7th inning, as it's going to be Eric Lauer in to pitch. Eric Lauer appeared in 28 games this year, 15 starts on the season, 9-2 record, 3.18 ERA, walked 26, struck out 102 in 104 2/3 innings. So Fisher goes a third of an inning and gives up the 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Lauer coming in to face Ryan McMahon, who's 0 for 2 in this game, to lead off the top half of the 7th. Update on the late afternoon NFL scores before we get to the top of the 7th here. Tampa Bay leading the Seahawks 28-21, end of 3. Cardinals 21-6 over the Titans. Washington leads the Chargers 17-10. There's a strike to begin the top of the 7th. And the Lions 21-3 lead on the Bengals. Oh, 1 pitch on the way to Ryan McMahon. Outside, that'll even the count a ball and a strike. Got some defensive switches here. Nathan Lukes comes in to play right field where Miles Straw was. That's going to be a base hit for McMahon to right field to lead off the 7th. Miles Straw, who was in right field, moves to left field. Davis Schneider is out of the game. So leadoff single for McMahon here in the 7th, and Anthony Volpe will be the batter. 0 for 2, struck out both times against you, Savage. The pitch to Volpe is a strike. Oh, 1 pitch downstairs. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One pitch to Volpe. Foul back. Ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Count stays 1-2 on Volpe. One, two. Called strike three at the knees. Volpe not happy with the strike three call, and there's one down. Gonna have a pinch hitter here for Austin Wells. It's going to be Paul Goldschmidt. Regular season, Goldschmidt was a .274 hitter, 10 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Postseason, Goldschmidt is 3 for 5. Oh, 1 pitch to Goldschmidt. Inside. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One pitch to Goldschmidt. Downstairs, 2-1. Top of the order, Trent Grisham on deck. Two-one pitch. That's lined into right field for a base hit. It'll be first and second with one out for the Yankees here in the 7th. McMahon stops at second. And here's Grisham, 0 for 3 in the game. Pitch to Grisham. Ball 1 inside. Grisham struck out twice and grounded out. One 0 pitch. Foul back. 1-1 the count on Trent Grisham. One pitch. Foul back, and Grisham now down in the count 1-2. One-two pitch. Threw into right field for a base hit. McMahon will hold at third, and the Yankees have loaded the bases for Aaron Judge here in the 7th. And John Schneider coming out. And looks like he's going to make another change on the mound. So the Blue Jays bullpen has come in and has not looked very sharp tonight. Blue Jays go into the bullpen for the 4th time. And we'll bring on Tommy Nance. Tommy Nance, 30 games this year he appeared in, 2-0 record, 1.99 ERA, 7 walks, 32 strikeouts in 31 2/3 innings. He inherits the bases loaded and 1 out, and Aaron Judge coming to the plate. So it will be the bases loaded and 1 out. Aaron Judge coming up. Trey Savage pitched 5 1/3 innings of no-hit ball. But since he went out of the game, the Toronto bullpen has proceeded to give up 2 runs and 7 hits in 1 inning. So here we go. Here's Judge with the bases loaded. Judge is 1 for 2 in this game. Scored a run. He has walked and fouls it away. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch from Nance. Inside, 1-1 the count on Judge. One is in the air to center and coming on. That's going to fall. McMahon scores. Throw comes into third. Runners can only move up 1 base. They had to wait to see if that ball was going to be caught. But Aaron Judge with an RBI single, and it's 13-3. And here comes Cody Bellinger, who hit the 2-run home run last inning. Bases still loaded for the Yankees. Bellinger takes ball 1. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts even 1-1. Goldschmidt at third. Grisham at second. Judge at first. The 3 Yankee base runners. And the 1-1 pitch. That's lined into left field, and that's going to be a sliding catch in left field. Goldschmidt will tag and score, but what a catch out there in left field by Miles Straw. That possibly would have at least scored 2, if not cleared the bases. Great sliding catch by Straw. It is a sacrifice fly to bring in Goldschmidt. But the Blue Jays will definitely take that trade-off. Here's Ben Rice. 1 for 3. It's now a 13-4 ball game here in the 7th. Rice takes a strike at the knees. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One pitch misses outside, 2-1. Comes the 2-1 pitch. Rice rips this one to right, and back it goes. That's off the wall. Grisham scores. Rice slides in at second base. Judge holds at third. RBI double for Ben Rice makes it 13-5. And now the batter is Giancarlo Stanton. Boy, Rice just missed a home run there. Pitch misses outside, ball one. Stanton, the 8th batter of the inning here in the top of the 7th for the Yankees. Chipping away at this big deficit. 1-0, that misses. 2-0 now. Nance's 2-0 pitch. Hit foul. That'll move the count to 2-1. Two one is hit foul, and the count's now even 2-2 on Stanton. And here comes the crowd to their feet once again, trying to urge Nance to get this final out of the 7th. 2-2 pitch. Line to left. That's a base hit for Stanton. Judge scores. And right behind is Bellinger, or Rice, excuse me. It's 13-7 in the 7th. And the batter will be Jazz Chisholm, as the Yankees have batted around here in the 7th inning, scoring 5 times. And we are going to have yet another pitching change for Toronto. Pitcher number 6 of the game for the Blue Jays. Yankees trying to make things a little interesting here. Mason Flaherty comes in to pitch. 55 games this year, 5-2 record, 4.44 ERA, 24 walks, 56 strikeouts in 52 2/3 innings. As the Blue Jays desperately trying to get the 3rd out here in the 7th inning. A 7th inning in which the Yankees have scored 5 times. So now, since Yasavage came out with 1 out in the 6th inning, the Blue Jays bullpen has proceeded to give up 7 runs and 10 hits in 1/3 and 1 1/3 innings. So the Blue Jays bullpen has not been very effective tonight, to say the least. And they have the Yankees have taken advantage of this bullpen and have somewhat gotten themselves back in this game with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Chisholm will be the batter. He's 0 for 3. He's the 9th batter the Yankees have batted around here in the 7th. They still trail by 6. But maybe the Yankees finally finding their offensive groove here. First pitch to Chisholm, swing and a miss. TV camera was panning the crowd, and this is about as nervous as I've seen a crowd seeing their team have a 6-run lead in the 7th inning. 0-1 from Flaherty. Chisholm grounds it to first. Guerrero steps on the bag and finally brings an end to the top of the 7th inning, but the Yankees score 5 times. They strand 1. Stretch time in Toronto. Blue Jays lead this game 13-7. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Jimenez, Straw, and Springer, in the bottom of the 7th. Fried pitched 3+ for the Yankees, started for the Yankees, give up 8 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Warren has come in and pitched the next 3 innings. He's given up 6 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. And the Blue Jays still with a decent 6-run lead here, but the Blue Jays bullpen has given up 7 runs and 10 hits in an inning and 2/3. It's a good thing for them the Blue Jays had the big lead. So it will be Jimenez leading it off in the bottom of the 6th for Toronto. He's 1 for 3 today. Warren back out for his 4th inning of relief here. Again, he was a starter all season long. So here we go, bottom 7. Jimenez against Warren. First pitch is a strike. Defensive changes for the Yankees here as that's fouled away. Paul Goldschmidt, who pinch hit for Austin Wells, stays in the game at first base. And Ben Rice, who was the first baseman, is now catching. 0-2 pitch is lifted in the air to right. That's playable out there for Aaron Judge, and he's got it for the first out in the bottom of the 7th. And it will bring up Miles Straw. 0 for 2, one of only 2 Blue Jays in the starting lineup without a hit today. Isaiah Connor Falifa, the other. Straw has reached on a walk in this game. Ball 1 to Straw. He has scored a run for the Blue Jays. 1-0 pitch misses. 2-0 now the count on Miles Straw. Two-0 fouled off the mask of Ben Rice. 2-1. Two-one pitch to Miles Straw. Popped up. Foul back, and that'll reach the seats. 2-2. Two-two pitch, fouled away, stays alive. Two-two is bounced. Chisholm with the play and the throw over to first base to Goldschmidt for out number 2. And we're back to the top of the order in George Springer. Springer 1 for 3 with a solo home run. Scored a couple runs today. Springer sends another one deep left center field. That's going to be off the wall. Springer will cruise into second with a 2-out stand-up double. Just missed his second home run of the game as that hit off the wall out there in left center. And the Blue Jays have hit number 15 today. Now Nathan Lukes will get his first at bat of the game. Regular season, a .255 hitter, 12 home runs, 65 runs batted in. He went 2 for 5 yesterday. Fouls it back for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch to Lukes. Fouled away, and Lukes down in the count now 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch on the way to Lukes. Bounces up there. That'll get away from the catcher Rice. And moving up to third base is George Springer. That'll be a wild pitch on Warren. Another 1-2. Foul back, stays alive. One-two pitch to Lukes. Outside, 2-2. And time called before the 2-2 pitch. Two-two. Popped up left field. And the catch made by Cody Bellinger, and that'll do it for the Blue Jays in the 7th. 2-out double by Springer, but he's stranded. On to the 8th we go. Blue Jays a 6-run lead. So the Blue Jays will send pitcher number 7 to the mound tonight. And it's going to be Lewis Varland. Varland pitched 2/3 of an inning yesterday. Gave up 1 hit and struck out 1. So on we go to the 8th inning. And it'll be Ryan McMahon leading it off in the 8th for the Yankees. McMahon 1 for 3. So Varland, the 7th Blue Jays pitcher tonight. First pitch, top 8 to McMahon. Ball 1. McMahon singled last inning and scored in the Yankees' 5-run 7th inning. He bunts. Varland fields, throws in time at first base, and McMahon retired for the first out, and it'll bring up Anthony Volpe. Volpe's 0 for 3. Volpe takes outside, ball 1. Volpe has struck out all 3 times. He's got a hat trick tonight. Swing and a miss here, 1-1. One pitch outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch is bounced foul. That'll even the count 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way from Varland to Volpe outside, full count. Payoff pitch. Bounce right back to Varland on the mound. And there's the second out. 2 outs, and it'll bring up Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning. And singled and scored, and fouls this back for strike 1. A 1 pitch is bounced to third. And the throw to first, and the Yankees retired 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th inning. Blue Jays 3 outs away from a 2-0 lead in the American League Division Series. They lead 13-7. So on we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Blue Jays will have Guerrero, Kirk, and Varsho due up. Warren has gone 4 innings in relief and has thrown 79 pitches. Again, he's normally a starter. He's been a starter all year. Let's see if he's going to come back out. Yankees used 6 pitchers yesterday. And Warren will come back out for the 8th. He's given up 4 home runs in this game to Toronto. As the sun starts to set over Toronto, Ontario, Canada on this now Sunday evening. Here's Guerrero, strike 1 to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Guerrero 3 for 4, hit the grand slam back in the 4th. Guerrero pops it up into center field, short center field. And coming over is Aaron Judge, 1 down. And here's Alejandro Kirk. Kirk 1 for 4. Looking ahead to the Yankees' 9th inning, it's going to be the top of the order, Grisham, Judge, and Bellinger coming up. The Yankees are going to need at least 6 to keep the game alive in the 9th inning. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back by Kirk, and he's down in the hole 0-2. Kirk's 1 hit is a single in the 4th, and he scored. Oh, 2 pitch is in the air to left center. And a running grab out there in left center field for Cody Bellinger for out number 2. And here is Varsho, who is 4 for 4. Two doubles and 2 home runs. Looks like we're going to have a change on the mound. As Warren, 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts through 84 pitches. He gives way to Luke Weaver, who, to say the least, has struggled in the postseason. Regular season numbers on Weaver in 64 appearances, 4-4 record, 3.62 ERA, 20 walks, 72 strikeouts, 64 2/3 innings. Postseason's been a little bit of a different story for him. In 2 appearances, it's 0-1, and has not recorded an out in his 2 previous appearances. He's given up 5 runs, 4 hits, and he's walked 2. So Aaron Boone bringing him in to try to get him a little chance to get a little bit of his confidence back. In his now 3rd appearance in the postseason on the mound. Trying to get this final out here in the bottom of the 8th. And send us into the 9th inning. So Luke Weaver into the game. Here's Varsho. Varsho first pitch swinging in the air to left. And Weaver throws one pitch and retires Varsho and gets out of the eighth. Last chance for the Yankees. We go to the ninth. 13-7 Toronto. So it will be Grisham, Judge, and Bellinger here in the ninth. And the Blue Jays bringing on their eighth pitcher. Yariel Dominguez coming on, or Yariel, excuse me. It is not Yariel Dominguez, I'm sorry. It is Sir Anthony Dominguez coming on to get these final three outs and give the Blue Jays a 2-0 lead in the series heading back to New York. Pitched 2/3 of an inning yesterday, had one strikeout. And it's up to the top of the order for the Yankees here in the ninth, as they're going to need to get 5 runners on base in order to have a chance to get the tying run to the plate. They did score 5 in the seventh. And a reminder on my live stream, I will have game 2 of the Tigers-Mariners series coming up after this one on my YouTube and Twitch live stream pages. Tigers lead that series 1-0. First pitch, Dominguez, top 9, is a strike to Trent Grisham. Grisham 1 for 4, singled back in the 7th and scored in that 5-run 7th inning. The 0-1, Grisham hammers it to right, but well foul, and he's in an 0-2 hole. So once this game ends, going to sign off on the live stream pretty quick and grab a quick break and get ready for the Tigers-Mariners game 2. 0-2 pitch misses low, a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Grisham goes down on strikes for the first out of the ninth. And the batter will be Aaron Judge. Judge 2 for 3. couple singles and RBI, and he's also reached on a walk and scored twice. Pitch to Judge upstairs, ball one. One-0 pitch to Aaron Judge. Outside, 2-0. Two 0 is a strike. That'll move the count to 2-1. Two-one pitch. Inside, 3-1 on now the count on Aaron Judge. Dominguez delivers the 3-1 to Aaron Judge. Ball four. Judge walks for the second time, and it will bring up Cody Bellinger. Bellinger 1 for 3, a 2-run home run. Pitch to him is right down the middle, strike one. Bellinger also has a sacrifice fly tonight. 0-1 is low. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. Bellinger looks in on Dominguez, and Dominguez delivers the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Ben Rice, who has 2 hits tonight, is on deck. Two-one pitch from Dominguez to Bellinger. Fouled back, and that'll even the count, 2-2. Two-two pitch from Dominguez. On the way to Bellinger. Downstairs, and that'll fill the count, 3-2. Payoff 3-2 pitch. Bounce to second. And they will get the out at first for out number 2. And the Yankees are down to their final out. And it'll be up to Ben Rice to keep the game alive for the Yankees. Rice has singled and doubled. Drove in a run and scored a run. Representing the last hope. Pitch to Rice is outside, ball one. Dominguez delivers the 1-0 pitch to Ben Rice. Strike one. The 1-1. Rice hits it foul, and now the Yankees are down to their final strike. Everyone at the sold-out Rogers Center comes to their feet. Blue Jays 1 strike away from a 2-0 series lead. Dominguez looks in on Rice and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Two. Bounced foul. Rice stays alive. Two pitch once again. Outside, and that'll fill the count, 3-2. Giancarlo Stanton, the on-deck hitter if Rice gets on. Payoff pitch. Downstairs, Rice draws a walk, and it's first and second with 2 outs. And the batter is Giancarlo Stanton. He's 2 for 4 tonight with a couple runs driven in on a double and a single. Yankees still need to get 3 more on base. Pitch to Stanton. Bounce foul, strike 1. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss, and once again, the Yankees are down to their final strike. Oh, 2 pitch. He got him, and Dominguez strikes out Stanton, and the Blue Jays take a 2-0 series lead in the ALDS as they beat the Yankees 13-7 in Game 2. 13 runs, 15 hits, 1 error for the Blue Jays. They left 4 on base. 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Yankees. They left 7 on. Savage, the win in his postseason debut. Fried suffers the loss. And the Yankees will head back to the Bronx facing elimination, down 2-0 with Game 3 coming up on Tuesday night back in New York. So the Yankees did finally get their offense going in that 7th inning with that 5-run inning, but it was just a little too big of a deficit to really make a game of it. Tried to make a game of it there, but it was just too large of a deficit for them as they go back home down 0-2. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you like my content, would really appreciate a like and subscribe. On Twitch at Sport Guru John. I will be back with you here in about 45 minutes for a live stream of Game 2 of the Tigers and the Mariners. Tigers looking to go up 2-0 in that series. I will talk to you for that one here in about 45 minutes on my YouTube and Twitch streams. Thanks for joining in.